Hey everyone, good to see you again. Today we're doing a final review of exponents. Hopefully you'll find this lesson helpful. I'm covering the same stuff we went over in class. The only difference is you're not going to hear any student voices helping with it. It's just going to be me working through. But hopefully you will find this helpful. So we are going to title our paper, Final Review. So we're just going to work through some example problems and talk about how to solve them. Here's your first one. Let's say we had 3 to the power of -2 over an, let's just call it t. Well, it's not done because we don't want to finish with negative exponents. We've talked about this before. Basically, what we're going to do is using reciprocals, we end up finding that this ends up down in the bottom. So what we're doing is we're moving it and we're changing the exponent. So when I move it below, I have a 1 left on the top, and down here I change my exponent to a +2 since the base moved, and then the t is there as well. Now all we have to do is simplify the 3 squared, which is going to be 9. So that's how you deal with negative exponents. You might also see ones like this. Let's have 8 over 2x to the -3. Well, you have to ask yourself, what's the base? The base here is the x. So this is the thing with the negative exponent. The 2 is going to stay where it is, but to resolve this negative exponent, I need to move this power up here. So I'm going to move it, and I'm going to change it to a positive. So I get 8x cubed, and on the bottom, I still have my 2. But we have to resolve the 8 over 2, and that simplifies to 4. So there's my answer to that one. And please remember to box your answers, and thank you for doing that. So those are one set of problems that are causing us a difficulty, the negatives. The next set look like this. Let's say we had 7 to the power of 3 times 7 to the power of 4. Well, when you're multiplying these, you can think about it as writing them all the way out. If I wrote out all the 7s, this would be 3 7s, so 7 times 7 times 7, and this would be 4 of them. So altogether, we're going to have 7 of them. So this is really 7 to the power of 7. And then, where'd my calculator go? Please use a calculator on big problems like this. That ends up being, wow, 8, 2, 3, 5, 4, 3. So what happened there were the exponents were added. All right, the fourth one is kind of like this. Let's say we have 2 squared, t to the -5 times 2, t to the -3. Well, I have to ask myself, what are my bases? Well, the bases with the negative exponents are right here. So I'm going to deal with them first. And I can deal with them by moving them below the denominator, into the denominator, and changing them. So move and change. So on the top, I'm going to have 2 squared times 2. And on the bottom, I'm going to have t to the 5th and t to the 3rd. But now I can simplify those. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. And on the bottom, if I wrote this all out, it'd be 5 t's and 3 more. So there's going to be 8 of them. There's my final answer. Okay, moving right along to the next set of problems. They look something like this. If we have, let's say, c to the power of 2 and all that to the power of 5, well, this means c to the power of 2 times itself 5 times. And so if I wrote out c squared times c squared times c squared, what we'd find is we're going to have 10 of them. So this is really c to the power of 10. Well, actually, we'd have 5 c squareds. So altogether, there's 10 c's that are multiplying together. So this would be my answer. Notice that's just 2 times 5. Up here, the exponents were added. Here, because it's a power to an exponent, they're multiplied. So let's do another one like that. Let's say we had x to the power of 3, but this was to the -3. Well, I like to take care of these first. So 3 times 3 is going to be -9. And like before, I need to resolve my -9. So this is going to move, and the exponent's going to change to positive. So we get 1 over x to the 9th. That's my answer. Boy, we're going fast on these. If you need to pause at any point and go back, of course, please do that. All right, for this one, we're going to kind of start to combine some things here. Let's say we had w to the power of 2, w to the power of 3, and all of that was to the power of 3. Well, I want to resolve this part first. So I'm going to have w to the power of 9, so I multiplied the 3's. And then if I wrote this out, I'd have 11 w's multiplying. So this is really just 9 plus 2, w to the 11th. All right. Ooh, yes, this is a great one. K to the power of 4 over h squared, and all that's in parentheses, and that's to the negative 2. Now, there's a couple ways I can handle this. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to show you the shortest way. Why don't I... Actually, I'm not going to show you the shortest way. I'm going to do it this other way instead. The negative 2 is going to have to multiply the exponents just like it did up here. The only thing is we have to do everything in here on the top and in the bottom. So when I start to simplify, I get k to the negative 8 over h to the negative 4. But now to resolve the negative exponents, I'm going to have to move and change. So that becomes h to the 4th over k to the 8. There's another way I could have done it from the beginning here that might have been a little bit faster, but we'll talk about that in another class. All right, we're going to do 2 more, and then we're done. Let's say we had d to the power of 4 over d to the power of 7. Well, remember, that's just d times itself 4 times, and this is d times itself 7 times. So when we simplify that, what ends up happening is a lot of these d's cancel and simplify to 1. So really what you're left with is 1 over d to the power of 3. Or another way to think about it is I got the 3 by doing 4 minus 7, which was here. You take the numerator exponent, subtract the denominator, and then, oh, actually, the way I did that is I would have seen, oh, there's going to be more d's on the bottom. So really, I did 7 minus 4 and got to my 3. Or you do it this way, you get negative 3, but then remember that it ends up down here. So this is what it simplifies to. All right, one more problem to help you out. 21c to the 5th over 3c to the negative 1. So I noticed that this is my base, so this has to move to get rid of that negative exponent. So I get 21c to the 5th, c, right, c to the power of 1, over 3. But 21 divided by 3 is 7, and c to the 5th and c to the 1 is c to the 6th. So there is some review and some application of all the different exponent laws that we know. So hopefully that's helping some. Hopefully you learned something new there. Go ahead and go try it out on your homework. And of course, if you have any problems, any questions, please let me know or schedule an office hour. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.